This course is brought to you by AppyPie as part of our Academy series.
Hello everyone. In the previous videos, we were discussing about the sitemap of the Google Form Editor. And from this video, we are going to create different kinds of forms. And in this particular video, we are going to create a contact us form. In the contact us form, the main thing that we want is a message that the responder will send. And not only the message, in return to the message, it's necessary for us to reply that message. So we also need an email address of the person who has contacted us. And in addition, you can also add a question called name, and you can just keep it as optional. Start by clicking this blank template option. After clicking this option, here right now the form's title is Untitled Form. Rename it as contact us form. You can use this contact us form and embed it in your website or any blog, as it will generate a iframe for you when you click the send button. You can add more information about the form in the form description, so we'll just type in as please explain your message in detail. Here the first question that I want to add is name, and this should include a short answer, and click this add question option. And now I want to access the email address of the person who is contacting me. Here the email address is also a short answer. You can also collect the email of the person by clicking this settings option and checking this box called as collect email address. So it will automatically add a question here, but you have to just save that after checking this option. And when you save that, it will automatically include this question called as email address, and it is marked as compulsory or mandatory. Or else you can also add a question where you want to collect the email address and mark it as mandatory. But the challenge here is that the answer that the user types here should be particularly a email address. So first, let's go to the preview mode, and here let's check whether it is detecting that whether the person is actually adding an email address, or else it is accepting any kind of content that the user adds. So now it's let us check by just adding 1 2 3. So now you can here observe that it is not detecting that this is not an email address. We want a verification of the answer to be an email address. In order to do so, you should click this option, this more button, and here click this response validation. In this one, you should select the text, and the condition that you want to keep is it should be an email address. And if the user doesn't add an email address, what message do you want to show to the user? So just type it here as please enter a valid email. Now let us again preview our form. Now let us try by adding an email address. Yeah, now it is detecting that whether the user has added an email address, or else he's just adding a text here in this short answer text box. So it is showing the message that we have added, which is please enter a valid email. So after adding an email address, you should make it mandatory. To make it mandatory, you have to just check this option called required. After that, let us add another question. Let us add a question called as phone number, and without keeping it mandatory, So this phone number we have just added. So click on response validation. So it has automatically detected that the text question that we are adding here is a phone number, and based on that it has selected that the response validation is a number. Apart from just choosing the validation to have a number, I want a 10-digit number which is acceptable in my country. So it should be between, it should not be greater than. I will choose this option called between. There are other options also saying greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, not equal to, and more. Why I am just choosing between is that the number should be greater than 10 to the power of 10 and 10 to the power of 11 in order to be a phone number of my country. So I will just click this option called between, and now I should add about 1 followed by 9 zeros, which is 10 to the power of 10, and here I have to type 1 followed by 10 zeros. I will check it again. You can also use copy and paste method in order to easily add the numbers here. Okay, it's right. And now let us just go to the preview mode and check whether I'm able to add a number which is only 10 digits. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 0. So it's exactly 10 digits. If I will add one more number, again the message is displaying. This message is really ugly, saying must be a number between this and this value. So I will display a custom error message saying please enter a valid phone number. I'm not making this question to be required because so many people will feel it insecure to share their phone number, and as it is a contact us form, I think it's not necessary to get the phone number of the user. Now we will add a new section called as message, which is the main question for this contact us form. Yeah, based on the text it has automatically choose the answer type. So this is one other advantage of Google form. I've just written the question as message, and reading that it has automatically chosen the answer to be a long answer text. Make this option required. Let us just check what we can add as response validation for this type of questions. So you have an option to choose the length of the text box that we are adding, and regular expression you can just choose that whether it contains, doesn't contains, doesn't match. So you can also keep these conditions for your message. Right now I'm just restricting the user to add about a message which is less than which is having a maximum character count of 2000, and I will add a custom error message saying should contain maximum characters of 2000 only. Yeah, we are done with creating a simple contact us form. Let us just hit this preview button and test it. How does it look like? In here you can just add your name. In the next tab you have to add your email address, and in the phone number section you should add the phone number, and in the message section you can add about content which should be less than 2000 characters. Okay, after that you can submit your form.